Hey Google, restart video.
Nothing's playing right now.
Hey Google, play Harold Sullivan 78, The Sullivan Project Podcast, Trailer 3.
Here's a video I found from Search.
Hey everyone, Scott Innes, voice actor, Hollywood actor, movie star. Don't believe all that. I'm a legend in my own mind. Hey, you know me better as the voice of some of the most popular cartoon characters in the world. Scooby Dooby Doo, Scrappy Dappy Doo, Puppy Power, like and Shaggy too. And you've got the Sullivan Project Podcast. It's coming at you right now.
Hey Google, stop. Hey everyone, what's up? This is the Sullivan Project Podcast, and I'm your host, Harold Sullivan, and we're back here with Chris. Chris, what's up?
Not so much. What's up?
Not much. We're going to talk about some more movies and whatnot. Let's see what. Hey Google, what time is it?
It's 6:33 p.m.
Okay, 6:33. Yeah, we got the Penguin game coming on here. Any Penguin fans out there? What was the last game? 7-6 we lost? No, there was a game after that, right?
Yeah.
Was it? What was the score after that?
Uh, they lost in a shootout.
That's right. Another. Jesus, we won overtime and then lost in overtime. Yeah, because we were talking about that of how many points. I didn't used to agree on getting points for losing, but since the Penguins go into overtime so much, I'm glad we get them extra 1 point for going into overtime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So hope everybody had a good week or so. And yeah, we're in here. We're going to talk about some movies and maybe some of your collection.
Okay, I'll be in a little bit.
Some of your collection. Oh, I got some. Did you think of any horror quiz questions or anything about movies, or do you have any off the top of your head that you might want to try to stump me on? That you know the answers?
Name the killer in Friday the 13th.
Well, what's your favorite scary movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mrs. Voorhees.
Yeah, see, I couldn't stump you on that.
No.
Wait for you to say Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what she said in Scream.
Scream.
Yeah, but you didn't say which one. I mean, part 5 could be Roy, right?
Yeah.
So they didn't think about that one.
See, I couldn't get you.
Nah.
Yeah.
But what if she would have said Roy though? Would that have been the wrong answer? Well, even saying Jason wasn't the wrong answer. He just wasn't specific with the question because he didn't say what part, right? So, but the original, yeah, was Jason's mom. A lot of people wouldn't know that, but
I'll be in a minute.
I didn't know that until well, I knew that ahead of time. I hadn't seen part 1. I saw
That's a
part
stumper, ain't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw part 1 like I saw like the older ones and then part 1 later. So I already knew Jason's mom was. But well, I got what, you got any other ones?
Not off the top of my head.
Because I got some tough ones I thought of, but I know you'll know. One of them I had to look up. The other ones, well, I had to. In case people don't know, I'm blind. I went blind about a year and a half ago. In case you haven't tuned in before, but I was born disabled, and me and Chris, we've known each other since. Well, how
30 years.
and well, way more than that. I'm 44, and you're 46, 47,
46.
and
46.
and I know when we met, we were like under 10 or 8 years old. We had to be like so younger than that. So it's been almost 40, 35 years or no more than that. I don't know. It's been a long time, but what was that? Oh, the questions. Is that where I was? Yeah,
Yeah, you were in the quest. You were in the questions.
Oh yeah, about yeah how long? Yeah, we know. Oh, I had to look up. Yeah, I've been. But yeah, we've known each other for a long time through all this, and then now I'm blind. And but yeah, I. So one of them, your Halloween's your favorite, so I figured I'd ask you some Halloween, since that's your favorite franchise, right? The original.
Yeah.
So how about let's start off with an easy one. Who played Rachel in Part 4?
Ellie Cornell.
Okay. See? Ah. All right. How about? Can you sing the song from Halloween 3?
Season of the Witch.
Yeah, the song with the masks.
Yeah, that's good.
Can you?
Maybe I don't remember. It's been so long.
The Silver Shamrock song.
Silver Shamrock. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember the words to the lyrics?
Halloween, Halloween, Halloween,
Yeah, that's
Silver Shamrock.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of yeah. Happy Happy Halloween, 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 Happy
Halloween,
Happy
Halloween,
Halloween, Silver
Silver
Shamrock.
Shamrock.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna. If you didn't know the words, I was gonna ask you if you knew the name of the mask, which was the Silver Shamrock.
Yeah.
You see, that movie wasn't that bad. That was about that crazy guy making masks to kill all the kids on Halloween at midnight, right?
Yeah. Michaels wasn't in that.
No, but it was still. If it was just a Halloween movie, it would have been good, and not Michael Myers. So. Okay, so you got that. You know the first two, right? Okay, how about wait, the first two. How about Leatherface? What are Leatherface's two names? Do you know? In the remake and the original, he has two different names.
Two different names.
Yep.
You talking about the actor, or you talking about in the movie?
In the movie, the character Leatherface has two different regular names, like his regular name. Yeah.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah. How about I tell you? I'll tell you the first one, Bubba Sawyer.
Oh, okay.
You
Now,
re-
now I got you.
Now
Yeah.
you know, yeah, the Sawyer family, right? So the remake, he had a different name.
Shit. Excuse that from the records.
That's fine. This is adult content. We don't get.
Well, you're really calling in my memory. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something that. You,
I remember Drayton Sawyer. Remember him?
yeah, yeah, that was the original.
The old guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the dad's name. But in the remake, the family had a different name. They weren't the Sawyers anymore.
Oh man, I don't remember.
They actually, I think they might have had three.
They might have had three names, didn't they?
Yeah, well, okay. Here's the part three. Here's the thing. Okay, the sheriff name was Hoyt, that the guy killed and took his costume, but I believe the family was the Hewitt, right? His name was Thomas. Tommy, he would call him.
Hewitt. Yeah,
Thomas
that's it.
Thomas Hewitt, right?
Yeah.
But sheriff changed his name to Hoyt because he took that badge. Remember, he shot the sheriff. He really shot the sheriff, and he's like, "Now I'm the whole
I
damn."
shot the sheriff.
Yeah, he's like, "Now I'm the whole damn police department." He's chewing the gum or the tobacco. Yeah, and he took that badge and went home. But Thomas Hewitt and Bubba Sawyer is the two leather faces.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, it took me a while, but I finally remembered Hewitt. Yeah.
so that's four, right? And you got three out of four. Is that four I did? I'm trying to remember. Is that four so far? Well, we got the two leather faces. We got a leather Ellie. What was the other one? I can't remember. My brain, I was half asleep.
Yeah, my memories.
Yeah, we got two leather faces.
Got one Michael Myers. You got two leather faces.
What was the question about Michael Myers though? Ellie something, right?
Ellie Cornell. Yeah.
Okay, and then the Halloween, the three of the witch. So that's three questions. And then I had another question. Oh, okay. And the first Halloween, who gets credit for playing the two Michael Myers? The original one.
Nick Castle and Tony Moran.
Bingo. All right, so you got three out of four. And then you might probably get this one, and you probably know this one because I didn't know. I had to look it up. What's the address to the original Myers house? Like what number?
45 Lambton Lane.
Oh wow. If we was on like a freaking that's not me, we got that's four out of five. Which one didn't? The only one you didn't know was well, see, your Halloween, so you knew all them as much.
How the original Halloween was made in 1978 under
Yeah.
a $3,000 budget.
Yeah, $300,000 and then $20,000 for Donald Pleasance. Remember, they paid him. They were over budget, but they had to pay him $20,000 for his part. Yeah, but you knew everything but the Leatherface. Two different Leatherface names. You knew one of them in almost a second. You were right there. To another minute, you'd have had it. But yeah, see, we got the good. We're good at that trivia. That's pretty sweet. And I knew you would knew no tough ones. Most people won't know those, but we knew who they were. That's fun. Yeah, think of that. Any question you think of about any of the movies, for next time, just ask, and I'll just try to see if I can, off the top of my head, answer. It could be the date of something. It could be what house is in what movie, or even
Oh,
some,
we could go back to the dates. We could go back to the weeks, months, years.
even
You
somebody
know what?
what,
Now we're still talking.
yeah, even what somebody said. No, I mean in the movies. Next time when you want to ask, next time think of ones to ask me, and it could be anything about any of the movies or even the TV shows, like what year a movie came out, or a certain song in the movie, or maybe just a line, like how we know lines. And then you could get me next time. You have one question. Think of some other ones because that's fun to just think of them or write it down or just whatever and try to stump me again. I wanted to get you, but I knew you know more than me probably. You just don't realize until someone asks you the question.
Yeah, all the times I watch those movies, and then somebody asks you, and it like throws you, tries to throw you
Yeah,
off, and it comes like,
but you knew it. Yeah, it's right there. You know it because you know it. You've seen them how many times each. I mean, I can see the original Friday the 13th since they're my favorites. I've probably seen them all through 20 at least, 20 times each.
yeah, and you met Mrs. Voorhees and met
Yeah,
Betsy Palmer, so
yeah, and Kane
yeah.
Hodder and freaking Tom Savini, which I said, yeah,
John Saxon,
he
met
wasn't the
him.
nicest. He was cool. He was the only one from Elm Street that I met. But and then I met a couple Comic Cons and
You
cinema.
didn't meet Tuesday night?
No, I just
No, I thought you did.
no, I
Yeah.
just got a hold of her online for you because I wanted to get someone that was different, and I didn't meet the guy who got the video from my friend either, James Marston's, but I just messaged him on the internet and see what he do. A shout out. So
That's amazing how you met all them
yeah,
actresses and actresses like that.
yeah. Over a couple year period, I only had about 3 years where I had a friend that had a van, like a truck. Man, I almost got killed a couple times there. Talking about almost dying. He had this van he had made these boards for a ramp. It really wasn't safe for me in the wheelchair. It was a mobile
Yeah, them
home.
ramps aren't safe.
It was a mobile
Well,
home.
especially these are wood.
Yeah, that's what a piece of wood. And I almost
Yeah,
fell off.
that's not
I
very
almost
safe.
I almost fell off and was done on the way to freaking Comic Con the one time. But I was joking and laughing. I was like, oh, at least I made it here and I get to see some famous people. But I almost,
Yeah, you got to meet Kane Hodder.
yeah,
Yeah,
I almost fell off the board and almost was done. That'd have been it. But I made it.
Nicotero.
I made
Yeah,
it in there. Yeah, he was cool. He, yeah, that was way before Walking Dead, before he did the effects on there.
yeah, he played a zombie a few times on there too.
No, that's cool.
He
Yeah.
played in Day of the Dead. He was in the zombie in that one too.
Which the remake one?
No, the original.
Oh, see, I don't even remember. See, you knew something. I know a lot about them because I met a lot of them zombies and had their autographs, but that's a little detail I didn't know. I knew Savini was in those, and I knew, who else? Trejo? Was Danny Trejo in? He was in a couple of those movies too. I never met him though. He'd be cool to meet Danny Trejo.
Yeah, Danny Trejo. I remember
Yeah,
him.
from Dusk
Yeah,
Till Dawn. He'd be cool to meet,
he was in Halloween. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
zombies.
I like that one. He was that old guy trying to be Michael's friend, yeah. And then he got him though. Anyway, he didn't get him as good as he could have though, right? He kind of let up a little on that, but he still got him good. Yeah, that guy
Yeah,
was,
he
huh?
smashed the TV over his head.
Yeah, but he could have made it more painful and brutal. He just took it quick. He gave him a little bit of lenience for looking over him all them years. But so what? Yeah, your collection. So you still have some of the stuff that you had like when we were kids, right? Your
Yeah, I still got. Yeah.
horror
Mhm.
collection. So it's like all figures, autographs, posters, what masks, memorabilia, just all.
Posters, masks, dolls. I have everything. You should see my collection.
Jesus, yeah, we're gonna talk about that because people are very interested. And like I said, when I lived in Ambridge's town, I had one collection that I estimated at about 10 grand. But that was like probably half of what it was worth. But I was moving and I had to pretty much sell it all piece by piece just so I didn't lose it or damage any or have stuff stolen. But I mean, yours is gonna be worth. Jesus,
Oh, mine's got to be worth good. I
I don't
have
have
a
no.
doll of him up there that's worth. I don't know. Part two, where he had the sack over his head. I have
Yeah,
that one.
at the plush one.
It's not a plush one. No,
Oh, okay.
it's an action figure.
Which is
He's
it?
got the actual sack over his head.
Is it
Comes with the pitchfork,
18 inch?
pickaxe,
What's the size?
carried.
18 inches.
About that, yeah.
What's the name? NECA sideshow.
Snecka. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The first run.
They're all NECAs that I have.
Yeah. Well, sideshow. You don't make sure you don't have sideshows.
No, I never did. I never did those.
Oh, okay. Those are the smaller, like 8, 9 inches. And those are the ones with the
No, I don't
cloth.
have the. I don't have the
They cost more
other
though,
ones.
but they're shorter though. You know what I mean? They're smaller and they cost more money, but they don't have as much detail as the NECA
I have the book from Friday the 13th Part 2. I have the paperback novel.
novel. Okay. Did you ever get Crystal Lake Memories?
No, I don't have that one. No.
If I could try to find it, I will get it. I'll get it
They
ordered.
want. They want almost for Part 3. They want like $3,000 for it. The book.
Oh yeah. Well, this is
Yeah.
this is a book that came out a few years. It was the 30th anniversary, and
I
so
couldn't believe that because I had the original Part 3, but I carried it around with me. I beat it up, and
yeah,
it was no good, and I thrown it away. But
the
because it fell
novelization.
apart, it was Because
The
back in the day, they wanted like $3.95 for it.
Yeah.
Because of the Fangora magazine.
Oh yeah.
That's how I got it.
Wow. See, people don't know
And
about that. That was the
to
horror.
this day,
Yeah.
I said to my mom, look online and see how much the book is now, and they want $3,000 for it.
And you
For
have
a
one?
book.
Oh, you don't have one, or you do?
I don't.
Okay. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. Part 2 though.
I have Part 2.
Well, that's got to be worth something too.
My mom spent $101 on the book.
Oh yeah. Well, I know it's got to be worth something. Yeah, the book called Crystal Lake Memories is like a 30th anniversary. It's a really big book, and it has all the stories that the guy. They made a documentary too called Never. What was it? Oh man, what was that? With Tom Savini. Did you see it? The documentary.
Yeah, I saw the book, but I never had one.
Crystal Lake. What was the movie, the TV that came documentary with Savini that came out where they went through all them little kills, and it was Tom Savini, and it was all them stories. They did a Nightmare on Elm Street called Never Sleep Again, but they did a Friday the 13th one. Was it called Crystal Lake Memories?
Yeah.
It might have been. Okay. Yeah, right before that. But they did a book. I had it, and I had it for like a week, and then I sold it on eBay because it was back ordered and it was worth a lot of money, and people were going nuts. So I don't even know if it's available now, but it was like $30. It was a one of them hard cover books, like a real big, thick, 2-inch book, but it was real big too, like a coffee table book they call them. But it was interesting because it had all kinds of pictures from behind the scenes and little stories, and it was called Crystal Lake Memories. And actually, the guy who wrote it, they named the sheriff in the remake Friday the 13th after the guy who wrote the book. I forget what his name was. Sheriff something. What was his name? Do you know them? Friday the 13th, the remake. What was the sheriff's name?
The Reach.
Yeah,
Officer Brack was the police
Brack.
officer.
Yeah, Brack. Okay. Yep, that was the guy's name who wrote the book, Brack. And so they named him after that, the character. So that's pretty neat. Didn't he get it all quick? Like Jason just stabbed him down through the head or something? Or how did he get it?
Jason stabbed him through the head through the door with a
Yeah.
fireplace poker.
Just like he got
Yeah.
that girl through the catwalk or whatever. What's that called? Dang it. When you go out to the edge of the water, on the wood, and she was underneath the water. Remember, he stabbed up through the top with the
Yeah, he
machete.
stabbed her through the head.
Yeah, brought her up, and pulled her up, and that was
Pulled her
kind
up
of
and then dropped her back down.
that was kind of different. I mean, I liked how they did, and I liked Did you like the kill in that with the where he had the bear trap, and then he had the girl on fire in the sleeping bag? Did you like that one? Where
Yeah.
where he was kind of luring them outside with that girl, she was still alive. I like that part. Those parts of the remake. So, what's your oldest piece of your collection? Like, what's the thing you think of as the oldest thing you have?
The oldest thing I have to say
Yeah.
the doll from Friday the 13th Part 2.
Oh, okay. So it's like over 20 years. Well, no, you don't have nothing from when we were real young. You know, like keychains or posters or from the 80s, 90s.
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, okay.
I got a Michael Myers doll. It's about. Used to press its chest. It used to do the music, but it doesn't do it anymore.
Oh, okay. Because remember
The
we used
battery.
to
There's a battery underneath the sweater
Yeah.
or something.
we used to collect. We
But
used
like I
to.
said, I don't like to take them out of the box.
No, you
So,
don't want to touch them. we used to collect. Remember, we used to cut the newspaper when the movies came out to theaters, and they had them little posters in there. We used to cut them out and
Yeah, we
save
used to
them.
save all the newspapers. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we had Nightmare on Elm Street keychains. Remember that? Uh, uh, some things that they put in the car for the sun shields. Remember that?
Yeah,
That was,
I have one of them. I don't know what I
yeah.
did with that.
And these are old things. They didn't really have collect. They had a couple. They had a Freddy doll, didn't they? That you pulled the string on. Remember? It
Yeah,
didn't
I
really look.
have that one.
Yeah, you still have it?
Yeah, I still have it. It
Oh,
still talks.
well, that's
Yeah.
probably the oldest Freddy thing that you got then, because I have one.
That'd be the oldest one. Yeah.
See, I figured it out. Yeah, the oldest Freddy thing. They didn't really have too many Freddy. They had like two different dolls. The other one was hard plastic, I think. Remember? Yeah, I don't remember what was up with it. Oh, in case anybody's tuning in here, if you want to find the Sullivan Project podcast, we're on Facebook, Harold Sullivan period 35. YouTube is Harold Sullivan 78, and TikTok Harold Sullivan 78. And everyone has a story. You can't judge a book by its cover. And we talk about everything here. Right? Today we're talking about movies and collectibles and just friendship, being a good friend, being good people. It's all good here. And if you want to be on the show, hit me up. Sometimes we have guests. And
Yeah, hit me up too. I'm Chris. I love it.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll talk about stuff. I'm gonna leave the number for the podcast. So I ain't gonna leave your number though, because you know what? You don't know who might. Nobody.
Yeah, I never know who might end up
Nobody's hit
calling
me
or
up
something.
yet though, but
Yeah.
I just started leaving the number because I don't care. If they want to bother me, I'll hit the block button. As long as they're about 11 late, that's all I care. If somebody needs somebody, I'm here. You know. But the number for the podcast, the Sullivan Project podcast, is 724-513-1472, and that's the Sullivan Project podcast. Hey Google, what time is it?
It's 6:54.
Okay, we're gonna talk a couple more minutes, then we'll get ready to go here for the Penguin game. Hopefully they'll do good this year. But again, I don't know that they score more than they don't score. But I mean, you can't just win. You know what I mean? That's called getting lucky.
Yeah,
As far
the
as the
San
hockey.
Jose Sharks tonight.
But so you got some autograph. You have autographs in there. What kind of autographs you have in your
I got
collection?
an autograph puck from Evgeny Malkin.
Oh, okay.
A couple of autographs I sent to the other players.
Oh
I have a
yeah.
little collection there too.
What about movies? Remember, you have horror. Who do you have on autograph? Movies autographs.
I don't have anybody. I don't
Ah,
think.
well,
I haven't met. I'm not lucky as you were. I didn't
Ah.
get to go to them Comic Cons.
Well, I had a ride and I had a couple bucks, you know, because I had to pay for them. Well, they were like $20, $25 autograph. People, they weren't free. But like I said,
Oh no, they're not free. They're even more. They want even more money now.
now they do. Yeah, when I met Betsy Palmer, I took like $100 to meet her, and I said, "Here, can you sign these 4 things?" I said, "Because you don't know if you ever meet her again, and that's just a one. Get what you can, you know." And
Well, did she charge you?
yeah, 25 a piece. Yeah, but she was like, "Wow, you're spending all this on me." I said, "Yeah, shoot." She didn't understand, you know. But it's
Yeah,
worth.
George Wilbur from Halloween. I had a chance to meet him, but he wanted $40 a slice to
Yeah, that's how
sign
they
a
are.
piece of paper.
That's at least that's a low. Yeah, now it's $40, but that used to be high back then. But
I thought it was free. I was going to go see him, and then it was like $40. Wow.
they
Holy
charge you.
shit.
Yeah, they charge you for pictures now too. They used to be free,
Because they charge you to get in there too.
but you had to ask. Yeah, when I
It's like
went,
$25 to go in.
see now it's more. When I went, it was between 10 and 15, or you could get like a 3-day for 25. You know, the whole day, whole deal. Yeah, it's ridiculous now. See, this was early. This was between 2007 2012 when I went. I went to about 4 or 5 conventions. So I still have a couple of things, not much though. But we're gonna get ready to sign off here, and then me and Chris and I should say properly. I was gonna say me and Chris, but who speaks proper now, anyways, right? And what is proper?
Yeah.
But you're a God lover man too, so that's another good thing. See, light attracts light, and we bring good energy. Yeah, so love be the light, and everybody remember, love is a choice, and so is to hate. And we're gonna sign off here.
Okay. That was a good tape we did.
Yeah, we'll cut that off. See you next time.